Palma. Oh,
man.
pass. That's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game.
To Del Puentes.
Lugano takes the shot and knocks it down. Malonia is open. 3-point.
Goodness! Face a jumper by Robin Celis.
Caballero has tied.
Now it's Martin Rosso. Turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness.
Two South Division teams gunning for their third straight victories battled it out in our second game dito lang sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino here at the Pasay Astrodome. Ino Comboy and the rest of the Mindoro Tamaraws are in a good form at the moment. Sila naman ni Alex Cabagnot and Basilan Star Horse are also in fine form after a struggling start this season. Yan po maglalaban today. Mindoro, 7-7 ang kanilang record. Basilan, 5-7 ang kanilang record. They will battle it out in our second game. Magandang gabi po mga kaliga. Si Dav Tupas kasama si Javi Palania. Magandang gabi din sa mga nanonood sa atin sa Facebook, YouTube. And syempre, we'd like to welcome everyone on Solar Sports sa ating coverage ngayong na Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. Javi, very important game for both teams considering where they are in the South Division standings.
That's right. Both of these teams are coming off back-to-back victories. Itong Mindoro after that surprising loss to Cebu. Nasabi mo nga kanina, they are in fine form. While Basilan, we mentioned off the year that these are the two of teams that talagang maganda yung naging off-season work in the acquisition of their talent. So let's see how these two teams will shape it out on the hardwood.
Oo. And syempre, kasama din natin Miss Sydney Crespo who has spoken to our coaches, particularly Coach Rich Alvarez. Basilan Camp, kamusta sila Sid?
Yes, gentlemen, hello sa inyo. No, maraming nga pwedeng makausap dito sa ating game number 2 dahil ang dami nilang kwento. For Coach Rich Alvarez, he said that their 2-game winning streak is a good sign. No, it's not as if there's an award for that, but he said he'll take it. Sa tingin niya, the guys know him more now. Mas kilala na rin nila yung isa't isa, so they've been sharing the ball much better lately. And in this game, he said he's concerned about Mindoro's 3-point shooting in Ken Bono, kaya kailangan daw pumantay ng lineup na pinili niya today. Gentlemen?
Thank you so much, Sid. And rightly so, because alam natin that Mindoro in their last game, they really torched Bacolod with their outside shooting. And tingnan nga natin itong team standings natin in the South Division, kung saan ang dalawang kupunan, number 8 itong Mindoro, just at that play-in spot. And number 10 itong Basilan, sila yung nakahawak doon sa huling play-in position. 5-7, but the records where they are right now, magbabago pa to, Javi, with the rest of the teams. Actually, nagbabago na yung mga laro paangat na ang mga kupunan natin dito.
You're right. A lot of teams are starting to peak right now at this point of the season. A win by Mindoro right now will put them ahead of Batangas in a half game behind Gensan in that Southern Division team standings, while kung Basilan naman ang manalo dito, it will put them past Imus for the 9th spot in the Southern Division. So very important itong laban na to, and it could be actually a preview of a playoff matchup.
Oo, Mindoro in their last game, we mentioned they beat Bacolod, and yung Tubo Slashers naging biktima ng outside shooting nitong Mindoro Tamaraws.
Yeah, 10 of the 12 3-point mix of the Mindoro Tamaraws came from Ino Comboy and Joseph Sedorifa. Sedorifa had 6, Comboy had 4 in this game. In Mindoro, despite the torrid shooting from the outside, it was also the defense that was most impressive para sa kanila sa laro na to. For a Bacolod team that's averaging around 73 points per game, they only limited them to 63 in this matchup while shooting 42.4% overall from the field and out-rebounding Bacolod by just 2 points. But the offensive rebounding na yun, that became very crucial because a lot of those second chance opportunities, 3-pointers ang naging ending ng mga possessions na yun.
Plus 30 from beyond the arc itong Mindoro in that game. Very difficult to beat them if they shoot that way. Basilan on the other hand with a blowout win over Cebu. Alam natin kung Cebu struggling at the moment, but Basilan, another good sign after that win against Gensan, mukhang nahanap na nila dito yung kanilang winning formula, Javi.
That's correct. And a lot of the guys have really been buying in. Actually, I would like to say all of the guys have already been buying in to this system that Coach Rich has implemented dito sa Basilan Star Horse. Everybody has really showed what they can do positively. You can see the numbers here. Nice shoot. Decent shooting from the outside. 8 out of 30. But ito yung pinakamaganda dito. Yung 9 turnovers lang ang binigay nila dito while forcing 18 dito sa Cebu Classic. Those 18 turnovers, they've converted into 24 turnover points. Taking care of the basketball and being able to force the other team into errors. This is the kind of game that Coach Rich Alvarez wants. And also in the process, for them also to share that basketball.
Oo. So, yun na po. Nahimay na namin ang dalawang kupunan. Basilan against Mindoro. Let's go to Richard Tapos for the starting lineup.
Mindoro Tamaraws. At forward number 12, Ray Bienes. Guard number 17, playing assistant coach, Joseph Sedoripa. Point guard number 23, June Manso. At forward number 24, Ashton Andrews. Playing center number 25, playing assistant coach, Ken Bono. The head coach is Benji Chidoro, assisted by Kim Cinco. Playing assistant coach, Axel Inigo, and JC Libunao. The team manager, Sandra Norte. Team owner is Paula Oriental Mindoro. Honorable Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. Starting for Basilan, Viva Port Masters. Playing center number 1, James Tempra. At guard number 3, Remar Kaduyak. Forward number 8, Sherwin Concepcion. The other forward number 11, Gab Dagangon. At guard number 19, the Poker, Eman Calo. The head coach is Rich Alvarez. Assistant coaches Carmelo Navarro, Rob Labagala, Arnel C. Chelito Caro, and Dan Rose. Team consultant Mac Tan. Assistant team manager Timothy Bua. Team manager Bernard Young. Referees for this ball game are Severino Pingol Jr.
Starting 5 is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Mindoro starts with June Manzo, Joseph Sedorifa, Ken Bono, Ray Bienes, and Ashton Andrews. Basilan has Eman Calo, Raymar Kaduyak, James Tempra, Gab Dagangon, and Sherwin Concepcion. So a lot of shooting in the starting 5 of both teams. So we'll see how this plays out. It should be a good game with two teams really locked in that tight race in the South Division. We are underway. Basilan in red, Mindoro in white.
Just a spot separating them in the team standings in the South. Mindoro at number 8, while Basilan is at number 10. And the first possession right away, a basket is scored by the Basilan Star Horse. Coach Rich has stuck with his starting lineup. Itong lineup ni Kaduya, Concepcion, Dagangon, Calo, and James Tempra.
A lot of versatility in this lineup. Bono shoots over Tempra. A couple of assistant coaches in this Mindoro starting lineup. Bono
right.
and Sidorifa.
And the other playing assistant coach is going to come off the pitch tonight, si Axel Inigo.
Kaduya, confident 3.
That's a guy that Coach Rich Alvarez has really put a lot of trust in. Ito si Raymar Kaduyak. He recognizes the ability to play make and to really initiate the offense. Bihira na nga ito tumira eh.
Kaya nga. And I like that he's taking those shots. Bono, well, defended up top by Tempra. Here's Sidorifa against Dagangon. Bono trying to go back to Sidorifa. Concepcion tracks down the loose ball. He will not get to that loose ball. Bola babalik sa Mindoro.
But if I'm Basilan, I'm going to be very happy if Bono continues to just stay beyond the three-point line, especially at this moment when it's Tempra who's actually matched up on him.
Look at Tempra absorbing the contact from Ken Bono.
Yeah.
That's the white Tamarao right there. June Manzo, former UP standout. Manzo on the drive and the finish for the Cebuano guard.
Nice matchup at the guard position here at the start of the game. Manzo versus Raymar Caduyac. You got two very capable point guards. One is more of a scorer rather than the other, but two very capable orchestrators.
Emancalo with a jumper. The Star Horse ahead by 2. Early stages ng ating laro. Look at Calo fight for position against Ray Bienes. Bienes bagsak si Emancalo. And that's an offensive foul on Ray Bienes.
And that is experience for you. Emancalo definitely sold that well.
Emancalo.
There was not much force on the hit, but there definitely was extension of that off arm.
4-2 is the count. Dagangon steps out to the three-point line. No good. Rebound is Sidorifa. 5 red shirts back to defend. Here's Ray Bienes. Balik muna kay June Manzo. Ball screen action para sa Mindoro. Manzo is fouled on the drive.
He's looking for the shot here early. Ito si June Manzo. Could have gone for the pass to Bienes on that pick and pop situation. Bienes was already wide open, but Manzo continuing to turn the corner and throwing that foul.
June Manzo at the line. 7 points per game this season. Go with 2 assists. 69% free throw shooter.
He had 8 points against Bacolod. 4 out of 10 from the field.
And then you got a feeling that it has to be around 10 to 15 shots for June Manzo every game for Mindoro to go far this season.
I definitely agree because him taking shots brings a lot more variety to their offense because we already know the usual suspects that are gonna try to make this offense work para sa Mindoro Tamaraos. Ino Comboy, Joseph Sedorifa, Ken Bono. He has to also pitch in. Bambam Gamalinda is also a guy in that mix, but he also has to pitch in aside from making his other teammates happy on the court.
And Manzo take over here sa first quarter pala natin.
Usually you see this toward the latter part of the game. If the game is close, you're not usually used to seeing him try to look for his shots early on.
He's got all of the 5 points so far ng Mindoro. Free throw of the game brought to you by XU Appliances na subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
It just tells you, Sedef, that it looks like there has been definitely some instruction from coaching staff na June Manzo has to put the basketball into the hoop here early in this game.
Caduyac, bigay kay Tempra, back to Caduyac, shoots the 3, in and out. Rebound ni Ashton Andrews.
That time he was given space compared to his first attempt early in the game.
Manzo. Bienes fires a 3. Good!
They have a plethora of dead shots on this team, itong Mindoro Tamaraos.
Dagangon misses from in close. Loose ball. Last touch ni Caduyac.
And from the guard spot all the way to the big man position.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Bienes connects on the 3 para sa Mindoro. 8-4 is the score lamang ang Tamaraos. And Alex Cabagnot comes in para kay Gab Dagangon at the 6-minute mark of this ball game in the first period. Manzo. Bigay kay Sidorifa. Bienes again from downtown. No. Cabagnot with a rebound ahead to Calo. Nice pass inside to Tempra, unable to finish.
Medyo nadulas yung bola sa kanya, and that's a hand that he's not used to finishing with, that right hand. Tempra is a lefty.
Manzo. We go back to Bono. The white Tamarao against Tempra, and that's dinner para kay Ken Bono.
Exactly one of the things that Sid mentioned in the report that kinakatakutan ni Coach Rich Alvarez coming into this game.
Look at Ken Bono. And that drop step play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Unable to complete the three-point play. Here's the thing with Ken Bono. He has not stopped playing. Alam mo, kahit walang laro to dito sa MPBL.
Exactly.
Pick-up games,
Well, whatever.
whatever game, alumni league, he's there.
The other day, he had the game dun sa liga nila ni Christian Luanzon eh. Where his teammates with James Yap. Walang kapaguran to si Ken Bono.
Yeah, and Leo Canuday as well is there on that squad as a foul is whistled
Oh, that's a pretty loaded team.
on the white Tamarao. I'm keeping a close eye on that league. Not because our friend is there, but there's going to be some very interesting games there.
Oh yeah, especially now that the other teams, more famous alumni, are now starting to play. Xavier has brought in Joseph Yeo and Chris Chu.
So ano yan, maglalaban-laban yan ng mga teams na yun. And syempre, nandun ang ating kasama si Christian Luanzon na
I believe is a front runner for MVP. Tama ba ako?
we'll check on that.
Yeah. I'm not too sure about that, but I think he is.
Practice yun bukas. And Danny Marilao comes in.
Early action para kay Danny Marilao. Usually comes in later in the game.
He's in for Tibayan. Federifa. Bigay kay Danny Marilao. Federifa gets it back. Enzo Hosson is there. Federifa misses the three. Rebound ni Adi Santos. Kaduyak. Bigay kay Alex Cabagnot. Binabantay ni Ashen Andrews. Cabagnot in the lane trying to find Santos. It's a turnover.
Oh, I thought it was off Marilao.
Yeah. No, bola ng mga nakapula.
Yeah, they correct the call.
No, the coach Benji Tudoro, sabi niya, wag na. Canceled yung challenge. Cabagnot drives left. Kaduyak finds Enzo Hosson for two.
It's just crazy, the passing ability nito ni Cabagnot and ni Kaduyak. Those were two very tight passes on the way to that shot by Enzo Hosson.
You're right, Abby. High-level stuff yun. Yung
Indeed.
pasa na yun. Inside, Danny Marilao is fouled.
Yeah, that's why I tell you, it's no surprise that Kaduyak is blossoming into this type of playmaker because he is playing with the great Alex Cabagnot.
You know what? Actually, I'm really high on Kaduyak coming into the MPBL because I saw him in I covered him in the NCAA, and this guy takes over the second unit for Lyceum with the team that had CJ Perez, the Marcelino twins, Mike Zuzu, Jasper Ayaay. Yun yung si siya yung nagtitimon dun sa second unit, and he just has a knack of taking over games. Basta ball screen, Kaduyak, tapos ka. And minsan, sinasabay siya sa endgame. Doon siya sa endgame unit nila Coach Topex, tsaka ni Coach Jeff Perlas.
It's very remarkable and very impressive that a guy like Raymar Kaduyak can take over games even without scoring the rock.
Ngayon, iba naman na nakikita ko kasi doon, may scoring siya doon eh. May scoring siya doon. Mas nakakakuha siya ng puntos niya doon. very deceptive siya, you know, with the way he moves and
He really understands his teammates, ano?
may ganun siyang effect eh. As I'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Kompleto yan. May hesi yan, and gamit ng bangga. Ang galing din. But it's taken him a while to adjust to the style of play here in the MPBL.
I think he also has had to lose a bit of weight coming in. He's looking better right now at this point.
Malayo na.
Layo.
From the start of the season. Tibayan drives against Jervy Cruz. A foul on Jervy. 2 free throws para kay Jonas.
That's why this is a very interesting time in our season. Kasi you see a lot of the players already starting to get into good physical condition. And starting to peak at the right time.
No, and parang at this point, nakikita mo na, you know, yung mga totoong kulay ng mga teams natin. Kung, you know, ano ba to? Contender ba talaga to? Or, ano lang,
Panakot lang.
mauubos ba to sa dulo? O,
You're right, I definitely agree.
because there are teams that had the easier end of their schedule set early in the season. Meron namang teams na mabibigat agad ng kalaban. Basilan, I think, is one of them.
Correct, yes. And for other teams naman, sa Delphine, it seems to be a case-to-case basis because sometimes, you know, a team that has strong opposition at the start of their season, sometimes for them negative para sa kanila yun. But for other teams, they really welcome that because gusto nila, maaga pa lang, nakikita na nila kung ano yung mga dapat nilang ayusin and nakikita nila kung nakakasabay ba sila or makakasabay ba sila in the future dun sa malalakas na teams.
Tama. And that's what happened here with Basilan, I think. And you know, a few teams as well that are also went through that. Nice pass by Comboy. Tibayan, daming ikot yun! Jonas Tibayan scoring from close range. He's got 4 points in the ball game. 16-12, Mindoro.
Could have gotten away with a walk there.
Jervy Cruz, Consi knocks it down.
He's always going to have that deadly touch from the perimeter and from beyond the arc. He's extended his range already. Ito si Jervy Cruz, always going to have that nice jumper.
That's off. Mindoro, balik sa Basilan ng bola.
I'm expecting this to be a very close game all throughout. Both teams really locked in here defensively.
Jervy down low. Adi Santos for 2.
But just as I say that, the rotation of Mindoro, very compromising there on that last possession. Two-man game, Cabagnot and then Jervy Cruz finding ito si Adi Santos down low.
A wealth of experience on that play. Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Time out muna tayo. Mindoro's next 3 games, they play Sarangani on June 11, June 17. They go up against the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. And on June 21, it's another South Division duel against the Muntinlupa Cagers. Interesting schedule ahead for assistant coach Axel Inigo and the Tamaraws.
Indeed. And you know, right now, every game very important for all squads, especially those looking to make the top 4 in each division.
Bam Bam Gamalinda against Adi Santos, and Bam Bam wants it right there. 18-17.
Talagang makikita mo iba yung gigil ng Mindoro at this point of the season because they know the strength of their roster, they know the talent that they have, and they know that their record doesn't speak for the capability that they have as a team.
Yamalinda gets it back from RJ Ramirez. Bam Bam traveled. 20-18. And both teams actually, you know, save for that turnover, I think it's been a high quality game so far.
I agree. Both teams really going to work defensively.
Good catch, Adi Santos. Hindi lang natapos. Comboy leaking out. He is away and he gets 2 points. 20 all with 10 seconds remaining in the first period. 5 seconds. Pastoran to Cabagnot. Kabagi, the crunch man. No. And that will do it. First quarter in the books. Dito sa Pasay Astrodome. Two South Division teams with momentum heading into this matchup. And because of that momentum, we're seeing a really quality game at the moment. 20 all at the end of one.
Yeah, both teams refusing to back down from each other. We're seeing quality. You already mentioned it earlier. Both teams really working hard defensively. And they're having a good clip from the field. Actually, itong parehong kupunan na to, Basilan is shooting over 43% from the field, while Mindoro is shooting 50% from the field. We're back to square one here after the first 10 minutes, tied at 20.
Welcome back to the MPBL. The challenge for Basilan now is how to consistently show their chemistry as a team. Coach Rich says despite the 2-game winning streak, he still does not have a go-to guy yet. So moving the ball, trying to find the best option is always a good idea. It's nice that it can be someone different every game, but when he needs someone in crucial moments, he's not sure who's that person for now. Now, the coaches and even Alex Cabagnot acknowledge the young, talented guards of Mindoro in this game. So Coach Mactan says stopping them at transition will be vital for Alex Cabagnot. He considers this as a playoff game. And regarding the guards of Mindoro, he simply said, well, they need to go up against me. Is that a challenge to Delcavi?
Oh, wow. Yes.
Definitely.
Dapat lang. You know,
Kasi kung hindi yung challenge, abay, wala kayong respeto.
oh. I mean, high respect, high regard to the Mindoro guards, but Basilan's guards, this lineup is loaded as well.
And for it to be led by a guy like Alex Cabagnot, he's already a legend in Philippine basketball, even without him hanging it up yet. We've seen the awards, we've seen the won games, the numerous big
Championships.
shots and championships that he's won in the PBA. He's trying to do that right now with Basilan here in the MPBL.
And I like na ini-embrace ni Alex
Oh, yeah.
Cabagnot na, you know, I'm coming here, you know, he's, you know, more than 10 games into the season. I'm coming here and that they have to deal with me as well.
Yeah.
I'm more than good enough here.
And I like it that they're really taking it seriously. You know, guys like Alex, it's Mark Pingris for Binyan. That's over and back violation there against Axel Inigo. It's nice to see that we're being rewarded with these kinds of talent.
5 turnovers so far for Mindoro, only 1 for Basilan. Inside they go, Naagaw. RJ Ramirez on the move, left-handed scoop won't go. Hoson back the other way. Adi Santos will get the roll.
Adi Santos, my goodness. You're just very lucky to have him on your squad. Ito si Adi Santos.
May 8 puntos na.
No, tingnan mo, ganun lang. Walang puntos na agad.
Puro takbo lang yan. Comboy to Bam Bam Gamalinda. Misses the 3. Rebound. Cabagnot to Adi Santos. Adi finds Enzo. Naagaw. Counter steal. Hoson for 2. The Star Horse extending the lead to 6.
They are not gonna let down defensively here. As much as they can, they're gonna try and pressure these Tamaraos into errors, especially in the backcourt.
Couple of three-pointers not going in for Mindoro. Pastoran.
The outside shooting actually hasn't been as kind to the Tamaraos today as it was in that game against Bacolod. In fact, Basilan has 2 more three-pointers in this game compared to Mindoro.
Hoson is fouled on that spin move by Ramirez.
Just a handful of problems that Mindoro has to face defensively.
Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme Expa, personal karaoke speaker. Everyday karaoke. There's one guy na pabalik na rin ang kanyang timing, ang kanyang sharpness, ang kanyang conditioning. Enzo Hoson para sa Basilan.
In and out of the lineup to start the season.
He
No.
missed 3 months.
Yeah,
2-3 months of action. 6 points in the game so far para kay Enzo off the bench.
hindi pala in and out of the lineup pala for quite some time.
Bienes in and out on the 3. Rebound ni Enzo. Now with Alex Cabagnot. Cabagnot drives middle, fires. It's good. Alex Cabagnot. The Star Horse are rolling here in the second quarter, opening the period with a 10-0 run, led by the crunch man, Alex Cabagnot.
Classic Alex Cabagnot we're seeing here in front of our eyes. He's scoring, he's wheeling, he's dealing, and he's leading Basilan to this 10-point lead.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Over 2 minutes gone by dito sa ating second quarter, and those 2 minutes and 39 seconds was enough for Basilan to build this 10-point lead. Their next 3 games will be against Pasig on June 11, June 18 against Parañaque, and the Bataan Risers on June 25. So now we're seeing, you know, there's a chance there that Basilan might win all of those games.
Exactly. This could be a good moment for them to go on that huge winning run that could catapult them to higher position in the Southern Division. I'm sure that they won't be contented just to make the top 8. They want to try and make the top 4.
Bono, the hook, no good. Sidorifa, offensive rebound, still no go. Tempra, double team, bagsak si Sidorifa. Pastoran has it. Enzo Hoson, back to Jervy, to the corner. Cabagnot, a look away 3.
How many people touched the basketball on that fast break opportunity para sa Basilan? 3-4 guys went in and initiated that fast break, ending with that Cabagnot 3-pointer.
Comboy. Gamalinda, left-handed scoop won't go. Rebound ni Jervy Cruz. Basilan's second unit has really outplayed Mindoro here.
And they're bringing in a lot of energy on both sides.
Jervy down low. Enzo is open. It's a 15-0 run for the Star Horse.
At talaga nabubulaga dito yung Mindoro. They look flustered right now. Looks like they don't know what hit them.
Ino Comboy uses the Bono pick. The White Tamarao trying to end the drought. Rebound ni Cabagnot. Hoson to Pastoran. Back to Enzo. Enzo drives. Gets it to Jervy. Now back to Enzo. 14 on the shot clock. Hoson. They go to Cruz. Cruz down low. Ball batted away by Sidorifa. Pwedeng lumapit si Tempra doon sa ilalim, but he's claiming na nakahawak sa kanya si Sidorifa. But check out this assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet. the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Because Cruz is such a dead shot from that area. Everybody was expecting him to take the shot already.
Manzo drives right at Pastoran, and June Manzo puts it in plus the foul.
Now it's time for this guy to take over once again para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraos. This is what we saw in the first quarter. June Manzo explicitly looking for his shots, taking it to the rack and trying to fish for fouls. That time, an end-to-end opportunity para kay June Manzo.
Ashton Andrews returns together. No, only Ashton Andrews. Wala ko may dadagdag pa. But on the other end, Gab Tagangon and Eman Calo are back in the contest. So it's also who will play point guard. Jervy Cruz for 3, and another one para kay Jervy Cruz.
You see that look though on Ken Bono's face. He looks challenged. He wants to try and get that back.
Manzo loses the pick from Bono. Bono swings it over to Sedorifa, and may bawi from Mindoro. Joseph Sedorifa.
Guy got 6 threes in their last game. 6 out of the 12 three-point makes of the Tamaraos against Bacolod came from Joseph Sedorifa.
Jervy Cruz up against Sedorifa. Dagangon is open. Bono picks up the rebound. Manzo. Atake si June Manzo. That's deep. Andrews trying to put that one back in. Rebound nakuha ni Jervy Cruz. Nakatalikod si Ken Bono. Nakuha ni Tempra underneath. No! Sedorifa grabs the rebound. Here comes Mindoro. Andrews was trailing there. Sedorifa misses on the drive.
They should have made that pass.
Dagangon misses as well. Manzo. Comboy, and Bono was waiting for that basketball. Medyo matagal. Andrews on the pass galing kay Comboy is fouled.
Couple of lucky breaks for Mindoro. Those were 2 point-blank misses by the Basilan Star Horse. 2 layups that rattled out of the basket.
Inigo and Jonas Tibayan return for Comboy and Bono.
I think Mindoro should try and involve Andrews more on their offense. There you see Jenniferina Alegre Cruz.
Yes.
Always in attendance whenever she can for her Mindoro Tamaraos.
I bumped into her yesterday in somewhere in the Quezon City, Mandaluyong area.
Oh, okay.
May ka-meeting siya. Certainly looking forward to this game. Travel on Jervy. Ibang klase rin yung suporta ni Mayor Ina, no?
Oo naman. And you really see that she loves this Mindoro Tamaraos team. Always very involved.
Manzo looking for a way through. Good block by Kaduyak. Sedorifa from the corner. In and out on the 3. Jervy with another rebound. Here's Dagangon who is fouled on the way to the cup. Jervy Cruz already with 4 boards. Balik sa laro si Raymar Kaduyak. And we were discussing about Raymar Kaduyak earlier. And tingnan muna natin itong foul on that I believe is on Inigo. Si Coach Jeff Perlas. Sabi na nga, just yung kwento natin, nung nasa Lyceum si Raymar, talagang stabilizer daw talaga nila yan.
And they were very lucky to have him. With all the weapons that they had, they needed someone who was gonna be the glue guy dun sa kanilang team.
Oo, and He's one of their best decision makers. And kaya nung pinirmahan to ng Basilan, talagang na-excite ako. Sabi ko, makikita ko na si Kaduyak sa MPBL and gets high praise until now from my former mentor in Coach Jeff Perlas, who's with Quezon City here in the MPBL.
I'm sure Coach Jeff is very happy with the progress that he's been seeing from Raymar here in this MPBL season. But progress is very much needed right now for the Mindoro Tamaraws, especially from outside. That's only their third 3 of the game.
40-30, Sedorifa fighting hard to keep the Tamaraws in this contest. Here's Kaduyak. Cruz wide open. And that's a quality look off the decision of Raymar Kaduyak. And speaking of a quality look, Ali Santos from Emancalo.
You always expect him to be somewhere down in that dunker spot, always ready to receive a drop pass.
Tibayan, bigay kay Sedorifa. Unable to hit from beyond the arc.
Yeah, even if Andrews is the more athletic and maybe slightly taller than Adi Santos, the experience and the smarts of Adi Santos in rebounding the basketball here in the MPBL just give him that slight advantage in going for those boards.
The foul on Emancalo, but check out this play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. And you know what's the most glaring to me, Javi? Compared to the Basilan ng start ng season at ngayon, parang mas nakaka-express ng sarili nila yung mga players na ngayon.
I definitely agree on that, yeah.
And it's really no knock on whoever, but I think it's more of the comfort level between the coaches and the players.
Yeah.
And everyone, I think. Lalahanin nyo, baka kabalik lang nitong team na to.
Eh, syempre, at the start, you're dealing with a lot of personalities, high-profile personalities. It's really hard to try and expect them to miss right away.
And look at them swarming at Mindoro defensively.
Pero ngayon, nakikita mo that everybody is just really buying into the system.
42-30, Cabagnot leading score so far with 11 points. Off the bench. They go to Dagangon on the drive. There's a foul. Ibang klase din eh pag nagtimon si Alex Cabagnot.
Yeah, you're so lucky if you have Alex Cabagnot facilitating your offense. If you're a guy on the wing, sobrang mapapadali lang talaga yung buhay mo.
Basilan, biggest lead of the game at 14 points, 44-30. It's been a steady mix yung opensa nitong Basilan. 5 3-pointers and 10 2-pointers and 9 made free throws.
And almost everything are coming from within the flow of the offense. They have 18 assists already in this game. 18 assists, Sidel, on 15 made field goals.
Well, because they count the assists on
sometimes the free throws.
Free throws. Inigo trying to will Mindoro back into this ball game. Nasa penalty na ang Mindoro. I'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Inigo, 2 for 2. Parents of Axel and Nachi Inigo there. Always present to support ang kanyang mga anak. Kaduyak. Dagangon, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Cabagnot open. Yes!
That's a warm-up jumper para kay Alex Cabagnot. That's a lot of time to reload on that deep right corner.
This is probably the most comfortable I've seen Alex Cabagnot
here in the MPBL, no?
this season. Because early in the season, I saw him really labor for his points, but it's no surprise, Javi, that this Basilan resurgence as we bring in the 3-point shot of the game brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances is that itong nilalaro ni Raymar Kaduyak, Javi, parang napadali. It eases the load on Alex Cabagnot to play make and everyone else.
We're like watching the teacher and the student in Alex Cabagnot and Raymar Caduyak. Nakita mo na talagang halos pareho yung pagtimon eh. And it's nice because when the shot is there, Caduyak takes it. When he needs to pass and he really needs to initiate the offense, that's what he's gonna do most of the time. And that's also exactly what Alex's game is.
Adi Santos, just a handful, right? Bam Gamalinda pa yung napituan ng foul. But that was one instance that the Gangon took it, no, na medyo rely sila on individual play because there were options there. That was a rare instance. Pero obviously, if na-release ang bola from that area and na-swing sa kabila, libreng-libre na naman yun.
But if you're Coach Rich, at least for the most part, your team is moving that basketball and following the system. Hindi mo na rin minsan maiiwasan na there will be some instances in the game, especially if you're up with a comfortable amount at this point. Meron talagang mga times na your team will try to veer away and try to do some individual plays.
49-33, Adi Santos is up to 12 points in the ball game. Leading scorer pa rin si Alex Cabagnot. He's also the leading rebounder with 5. Leading assist guy with 6. And June Manzo knocks down the 3. He's into double figures with 11. But a 12-point deficit faced by Mindoro here. 10 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A foul whistled. It might be on Tibayan.
They're having a very tough time in trying to hold down ito si Adi Santos. He's just everywhere. And he doesn't seem tired at all.
And what I like about Basilan, gumagana eh. Pero they're still trying to calibrate kung may ikabubuti pa ba yung kanilang gagawin.
Yeah, that's the mark of a great team. That's a mark of a team that wants to win.
Adi Santos at the line, short on the first.
Yeah, that's one thing that he wasn't really very good at, free throw shooting.
He's 4 of 6 so far. Make that 5 of 7 para kay Adi Santos. 50-37. Manzo. Bienes. That's good, but
That's not going to count.
I don't think it will count. Di umabot. No count. No count. What a half para dito sa Basilan Star Horse. Returning to their old name, but fiercer and more lethal than ever. It's 50-37 at the break. Basilan in control against Mindoro dito sa Pasay Astrodome. We'll be right back.
Is annihilating Oscar De La Hoya's. That is the most spectacular one-punch set of Manny Pacquiao's incredible career. And he fights his way over and goes down again. Straight left lands for Manny. Does he have Cotto in trouble? Manny Pacquiao is a storm. Another huge left hand by Pacquiao. Punch after punch after punch. And he finds the straight left hand. And there's the punching down. Look at the brilliant accuracy of Manny Pacquiao. Landing with both right and left hands. used the word sensation.
Welcome back to the MPBL. My name is Sydney Crespo at mga kaliga, kayo po ay nanonood ng aming game number 2 between Basilan Star Horse and of course Mindoro Tamaraws. Ang ganda at ang gwapo ng mga kasama ko dito sa ating halftime interviews. We have Sir Jeric Raval, a big supporter of the Mindoro Tamaraws, and of course Mayor Ina Alegre Cruz, ang owner at napakalaking supporter rin syempre ng Mindoro Tamaraws. So kausapin natin sila ng mga kaliga. Sir Jeric, welcome to the MPBL. Alam ko first time mo itong ma-interview sa ating halftime interviews, no? And I'm curious kung gaano mo ka ini-enjoy ang first half kanina. Ang dami nating talent sa game na ito at ang bilis ng mga takbuhan natin.
Yes, una, magandang gabi sa ating mga manonood at sa lahat ng supporters. Lalo na yung mga supporters ng Mindoro Tamaraw. Maganda. So far, maganda yung laro natin. Exciting at saka kaabang-abang yung mga laro nila at galawan.
Sir Jeric, alam ko may mga iimbitahan ka dito sa ating mga kaliga. Sino rin ang mga babatiin mo?
Yeah, niimbitahan ko nga po pala lahat ng mga basketball fans na suportahan po natin ng Mindoro Tamaraw sa June 21 po. Sa Mindoro po gagawin yan. So, sa Pola po. So, suportahan po natin.
Ayan, thank you so much Sir Jeric for joining us here. Magbabalik po ang MPBL sa Pola Mindoro, no? Of course, we have Mayor Ina Alegre Cruz. Mayor, napakagandang challenge nitong game na ito, no? Ang daming talent sa banggit ko, ang dami ring pros, pati na rin sa Basilan. So hindi siya madaling challenge, no? Anong sinabi mo sa team before this game?
Grabe, no? Kinakabahan ako at hindi ko alam kung anong challenge meron ako. Every game kasi palaging may challenge naman eh. Sabi nga nila, bilog ang bola. Pero syempre sa ating mga players, sa palaging sinasabi ko, huwag niyong asahan na bilog ang bola. Dapat alam niyo kung anong ginagawa niyo.
Ayan, at aabangan natin kung ano ba ang mga adjustments sa second half. Mayor, sino gusto niyong batiin at pasalamatan?
Syempre, sa lahat ng sponsors namin, Congressman Arnan Panaligan, Bingo Plus, Gold Team, PRM Sports Apparel, Tela and Crossover, Starbomb Philippines, 2K Trading Solutions. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng sponsors. Siyempre, sa lahat ng mga Mindoreños at mga Poleños, players and coaches, maraming salamat po. And siyempre, MPBL. Mr. Jeric Raval, maraming salamat sa pag-support sa Mindoro Tamaraws.
Alright, as always, thank you rin po, Mayor Ina, at kita-kits tayo sa Pola Mindoro sa June 21. Mga kaliga, that's it for halftime interview. So, gabalik po ang MPBL.
Raymond Benoya providing the spark here in the fourth quarter. He's got 5 points.
For the Marcelino twins. Bounce pass, JC gets it in. Manaytay, outside shot, good. Oh, that was clutch. Robbie Celis coming up big here.
Archie. Oh, what a move.
Now Miguel Macaloni strong to the hoop. It's the basket plus a foul.
Bongo Muyang offensive rebound. And Larry Muyang flexes. Halftime dito sa Pasay Astrodome, the Basilan Star Horse with a 13-point lead against the Mindoro Tamaraws, and it's been a show of excellence for Basilan in that first half. 50% shooting, 20 assists, Javi, and 40 bench points. That's really remarkable from Coach Rich Alvarez's team here in the first half.
Yeah, that's correct. And that just goes to show that they're doing it on both sides of the basketball. After being tied at the end of the first quarter, they went on and outscored Mindoro 30-17 in that second period, and they did that within the flow of the system. They followed the flow of their offense, and their defense just improved as we progress throughout the game. The energy that we've been seeing from the bench is the same energy that we also see from the starters of the Basilan Star Horse as they came back into the floor. That's the type of energy that Mindoro has to match as they come back into the second half.
No, they have to do, they really have to double their efforts here kung gusto nila makabalik. No, June Manzo finished with 11 points in that first half, and he will start the third. So the Rifa had 6, and Adi Santos with 12 points. Alex Cabagnot, there's been a correction. He has 11 points. Kanina, akala natin 14.
Yeah.
A good pass inside. Tibayan with the finish. A good start for for Mindoro rather.
I think one thing that Mindoro wasn't able to take advantage of in that second quarter, particularly when in the times that James Tempera was on the floor, they did not set up Ken Bono a lot on the block. And that guy is always ready for a setup. Ito si Andy Santos.
He makes it a 13-point lead for Basilan, and Basilan went on a 15-0 run and in that second period. And ito ngayon yung inaalagaan nila. Comboy, he was well defended, but Enzo Hoson seeing that ball go through the hoop. Lead is down to 10.
And I think also that Mindoro became too predictable offensively in that first half. A lot had to do with June Manzo really trying to look for his shots. They did not share the ball as well as Basilan did.
Much better intensity defensively from Mindoro sa sequence na yun. They try to make it difficult for Alex Cabagnot, but check out the shot from deep galing kay Ino Comboy.
Hoson went under, and even if that's really a far range, Comboy has almost unlimited range. We know that this guy could be one of the streakiest shooters in the league. Once that first shot goes down, expect the next few to also go in para kay Ino Comboy. 5 straight points.
Cabagnot inside. Adi Santos lost it. That's last touch on Adi.
If you ask me though, that's a lucky sequence again para sa Mindoro, because Cabagnot again making the most of his matchup, getting that step top of the circle and then setting up Adi Santos. Nadulas lang yung bola kay Santos eh.
It's 52-44. Comboy has 5 straight points against Pastoran. Comboy gets it to Sidorifa. Gamalinda inside, short. Tip in, won't go. Pastoran finds Santos. Nakakainis, no?
Yeah,
Nakakainis kasi Hirap na hirap ka makashoot. Tapos si Adi Santos, nandun na sa kabila. Tatapusin na lang yung pass break.
And yung maganda kay Adi Santos is he affects the defense really well in a significant manner, and then he's the first guy down.
The fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere. And I'm saying nakakainis on the part of Mindoro.
Yes.
Na nakikita nila na ganun ang ginagawa ni Adi Santos. At naka-challenge pa siya dun ha. Pero nauna pa rin siya dito sa kabila.
The guy has 16 points now on 6 of 7 shooting. That's crazy.
54-45, Cabagnot. Defense much tighter now on Alex Cabagnot.
And also, that wasn't the right pass there. Of course, when it's Sherwin Concepcion setting the pick, you expect him to pop out rather than to roll. And I think the pass was more for a roll rather than a pop.
Comboy misses. Rebound ni Cabagnot. Alex looks up, finds Sherwin. Sherwin drives. Labas muna kay Cabagnot. Sidorifa is right in front. They blitz Cabagnot. He finds Pastoran. Pastoran misses. Nakuha ni Manzo ang rebound. Here comes June Manzo. Ball poked away. Manzo recovers. Could not get the roll. That's last touch on a Basilan player.
If we've seen this kind of intensity defensively for Mindoro, the lead should not have increased that big in that second quarter for Basilan. Right now you see the Star Horse forced into much more difficult shots.
Here's Comboy. Three-pointer again. Mintes this time. Rebound nakuha ni Sherwin Concepcion. 9-point lead for Basilan. Over 6 minutes to play in the third. Pastoran up against Gamalinda. Pastoran goes to Cabagnot. 3 again.
Oh boy, he's just really feeling good about himself.
Inapiran pa si Com Kenneth after the shot.
They're former teammates. Nag-abot pa sila yan sa
Yes.
Santo Lucia, right?
And I think Coke.
Yes, tama.
23 assists for Basilan. Only 8 for Mindoro. Manzo. Make their late shot clock situation here. Sidorifa. No. Manzo keeps it alive for Comboy to take the 3 and knock it down.
Again, you know, just like in that game against Bacolod where the Tubos Slashers allowed a number of offensive rebounds for Mindoro in that game. Just like we said, top of the coverage, a lot of those offensive rebounds led to open three-point shots, just like that last run by Comboy. And here, this is a good run for Mindoro.
Mindoro inching closer. They're within 7. They're trailing by as many as 15 in that second period. Cabagnot rises. Bank shot won't go. Rebound Manzo. June Manzo finding a way through. Left-handed scoop is good para kay June Manzo. And the Tamaraw is on a run here in the third. The lead of Basilan is down to 5.
Definitely a team that you can't take lightly, even if you're up by 15 points at the half. You see here June Manzo, he's now leaving his imprints once again on this game, but you like that you're seeing Ino Comboy and Bamgam Gamalinda also chipping in and producing para sa Mindoro Tamaraws. The lead is just 5 points right now for the Star Horse.
That's our fan of the game, brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
Ooh.
Oo nga. Ethan Galang fans.
Yes.
Fans ano yun ah?
Fans
section.
club.
Oh, fan section. Meanwhile, let's go to Sydney.
Number one problem of Mindoro is their transition defense. Coach Benji thinks na apektuhan ng Tamaraw sa early runs ng Basilan. Nahirapan silang bumalik and find their groove. Sabi ni Joseph Sedorifa, kita na mas masipag yung Basilan sa kanila nung first half. Nagme-meditate siya kanina sa bench before we started second half. Sabi niya kailangan ng meditation sa larong to. Coach Benji pointed out that they have a lot of similarities with Basilan's system like early offense, fast break, and three-point ability. And ironically, they were not able to counter that in the first 20 minutes. Sabi niyo kanina, nag-i-improve na yung intensity nila sa depensa baka dahil nga paalala sa kanila ng kanilang kuya Ken Bono, they need confidence in order to limit Alex Cabagnot and Adi Santos. Javi.
Thank you so much, Sid, and right on point ang report ni Sid on the changes that are happening here for Mindoro here in the second half. After a very sluggish second quarter, kaya nga nakabalik sila dito.
Exactly. And I like that Coach Benji pointed out in that report by Sid yung transition defense nila. Yun, isa na rin talaga sa malaking dahilan kung bakit nakalamang ang Basilan in that first half. Particularly those baskets by Adi Santos. He had a lot of rim runs.
8 points now for Jervy Cruz. Ino Comboy feeling it here in the third. And two Cebuano guards. Matched up there, Calo and Manzo. Foul on Drew Manzo.
Reacquainting themselves with each other. Itong dalawang guards na ito.
RJ Ramirez returns. He's defending Eman Calo. Marilao also sits down. And Bambam Gamalinda returns. Magnot has 7 assists in the game. To go with 6 rebounds and 14 points. Alex Tempra, no good on the tip-in. But James Tempra stays with it and gets rewarded.
You gotta put a body on him, even on the second try.
Sedorifa against Cabagnot. Foul on Cabagnot.
Obviously not particularly happy with that call. But again, for Mindoro, if they want to actually make this comeback complete, they have to sustain the energy and the effort. And a lot of that energy and effort has to be shown on the glass. They have to finish their defensive possessions with defensive rebounds. They can't allow those kinds of tip-ins and putbacks coming from guys like James Tempra.
Bienes with a three-pointer. He had really good arc on that shot.
Oh yeah.
Cruz gets it to Dagangon. Bagsak si Eman Calo. Calo.
A little chippy here.
Yes. Calo stays with it. Eman. It's a turnover.
A little more sloppy offense there by Basilan. Very uncharacteristic of them, but credit to the defense of Mindoro. That pressure forcing Basilan into that error. They were kind of shocked there on that left wing. Calo had to put the ball on the floor.
61 to 55.
I love that Coach Rich is, reassuring his players after every play or error.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yung minsan isipin mo na hindi ka iniiwan sa ere ng coach mo.
Mismo. And that, just like what Steve Kerr has talked about his stay with the Golden State Warriors, because there are coaches that will really be very strict, that will get mad at you. But what Steve Kerr did to Golden State, he said that, I've made my mind coming into this team that I'm going to be a very joyous and happy coach.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the kind of attitude that Coach Rich has exuded with this Basilan team.
The lead is down to 6 here for Basilan. Mindoro has the ball, and this is a challenge from Coach Rich. On that out of bounds, we will be right back.
The challenge of Basilan was unsuccessful. Mindoro Tamarao's
Unsuccessful
basketball
challenge
with 5 seconds.
for Basilan on this out of bounds. Last touch ng player ng Basilan. Rebound ni Ashton Andrews finds Ramirez for 2.
He's been giving them a lot of extra possessions here in this game. Ito si Ashton Andrews. I say quality minutes for him sa laro na to.
He's only down to 4 here. Lagangon, Kaduyak, Eman Calo. That's a 3. It's short. Rebound ni Andrews. Ashton Andrews gets a step. Andrews! Good strong drive to the cup.
Flex that muscle, mister. You gotta flex that. Woohoo!
This is the Gixxer great move of the game, born for greatness.
Me, oh my.
Hirap pigilan nun, Javi.
He really made up his mind and said, yeah, I'm gonna challenge the defense of James Tempra. In fairness to Tempra, that was a fair challenge, but just exquisite athletic ability coming from Ashton Andrews.
That was very, very explosive, Javi.
Crazy. I think he could have thrown it down if he wanted to.
Oo. Hindi, I think if he had a few more meters na may buelo,
Yeah.
a running start,
Yeah.
scoring the quarter 23-11, make a 23-13 as Dagangon knocks down the mid-range J.
Yeah, that's a little basket there to somehow restore order to this Basilan side, who's taken a lot more hurried shots than usual the past few possessions.
Ray Bienes now with RJ Ramirez. Gamalinda gives it back to RJ. Ramirez steps out to the three-point line. No. And the push on Gab Dagangon.
And now Andrews is beginning to be a problem right now on the offensive glass para sa Basilan.
Third foul on Gab Dagangon. Only the 4th team foul. RJ Ramirez sits. And coming in is Ino Comboy. He started out this quarter very well. He's got 10 points, Ino. Comboy to Bienes. Lumapit si Ray Bienes. No good. And a foul on Bam Bam Gamalinda. Only the second for Bam Bam. Second team foul on Mindoro. 55 seconds remaining here in the third. Kahit papano, they were able to stop those rim runs of Ali Santos.
Yes, they definitely had some good adjustments here in the third quarter, and one of those is really the added intensity and energy on both sides.
Short on the turnaround shot. Manzo and Kaduyak refusing to let go. Possession arrow pointing to Basilan. Ramirez and Tibayan return for Mindoro. 3-second differential, game clock and shot clock. Kaduyak, bigay kay Calo. Eman Calo, top of the circle. Low wing na kay Gab Dagangon. Dagangon against Comboy, ball stripped. Andrews comes away with the loose ball. Here comes Ashton Andrews. Andrews lays it in!
Welcome to the Ashton Andrews highlight reel.
Ashton Andrews providing the hustle, the energy, and the bucket here late in the third period. He will not be denied in this play, Javi.
Getting past Kaduyak there, and then the sidestep on the gather by Ashton Andrews. Two highlight plays to end the quarter, something that Mindoro badly needed to try and get them back into this game. What a quarter para kay Ashton Andrews.
And these are the highlights of the game brought to you by Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration. And it was a quarter where Basilan actually started well. They were able to keep Mindoro at bay. But then the Tamaraw started knocking down their shots and held their ground defensively.
They are most dangerous when they're knocking down their shots from the outside, because that opens up the lanes for guys like June Manzo. And towards the latter part of that third quarter, Ashton Andrews took advantage of that, took it to the rack, and got some big buckets. That's why they're down by just one entering the final frame.
Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes and Rudy Distrito in the building. Dito sa Pasay Astrodome, fourth quarter action about to begin between Basilan and Mindoro. Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz and Jeric Raval. Naabutan mo ba yung mga movies ni Jeric Raval, Abi?
I've seen a few of them.
Okay.
Pero di na nung kalakasan mo.
Hindi na ba? Tingnan natin yung quarter scoring. 20 all in the first quarter, 30-17 for Basilan in the second. And in the third, bumawi itong Mindoro, 25-13. Jervy Cruz fires a three. It's short, rebound. Won by Calo. He will get two free throws. Yung sikat na lang yung Jeric Raval.
Yeah.
Ngayon. Apat na for Tibayan.
This is exactly the area of the game where I think whoever team will dominate the glass, that is the team that will come out on top.
Yeah, I think extra possessions here will count pretty much sa laban natin. You know, with the way things have turned out. Kanina, because it was not an issue.
Yeah. It's basically going to come down to who wants it the most. Because nasabi na nga kanina, we talked about it also, that both teams actually almost have the same style of play.
Yeah, sabi nga ni Coach Benji Chodoro parang mirror image din nila itong ang kabilang kupunan. As Ramirez misses the three, Alex Cabagnot dadala ng bola para sa Basilan. The crunch man trying to find a teammate. He goes to Adi Santos. Now with Jervy Cruz. The turnaround shot from Jervy Cruz.
Nothing much you can do there if you're Bam Gamalinda. What you could do maybe is to prevent the catch, but on the shot that was already well challenged, hand in the face, but still Cruz able to knock it down.
10-5-4 for Jervy Cruz. 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Ashton Andrews.
Boy, this guy, he just continues to put on the big shots.
Okay ka lang, Ashton Andrews. A-okay. Kaduyak. Calo. Ramirez sticking to him. Cabagnot, the look away. The reverse. And Alex Cabagnot with another bucket.
And who says that Alex Cabagnot has already lost it? Who says? Definitely not. He's still very much in it, very much with it.
Comboy. Andrews with a catch. Left-handed scoop won't go. Adi Santos wins the foot race. Basket plus the foul. And Basilan, it was only a matter of time that they will go back to their run and gun plays. It's Adi Santos with a finish for this fast break of the game, brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig free installation for split type air conditioners.
Yeah, the Star Horse, this is their workhorse. Ito si Adi Santos. He's just the first guy down the floor, always available for those lead passes.
Bagnot with 16.6 rebounds and 8 assists. Manzo, the runner from June. Manzo won't go. Rebound ni Cruz. Cabagnot finds Eman Calo. What a pass from the crunch man. 7 in the game para kay Eman. 9 assists para kay Alex Cabagnot.
And now I see it, Sidelf. You know, yung nagiging problema dito para sa Mindoro, when it's just one guy holding the basketball, when it's a miss, konti lang ang bababa or baka nga wala nang bumaba for transition defense. Exactly what has happened the past few possessions here in the first few minutes of the fourth quarter.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. So Basilan, early run here sa fourth quarter natin. Ngayon, kanina 1-point game. It's now a 9-point lead. Eman Calo, who hit a basket just before the timeout, finished with 11 points in that game against Cebu. Now a 7. 4 rebounds and 4 assists as well.
But of course, Basilan, I'm sure alam nila na hindi sila pwede magkumpiyansa dito because this is exactly what happened at the start of the third quarter. After that timeout by Mindoro in the third period, that's also when the Tamaraos went on that big run to get to within 1.
Manzo with 3 seconds to work with. Manzo, fade away. Tough look. Gamalinda with a rebound. Finds Andrews. Nabitaw ng bola. Cabagnot! Oh! What a pass! Finish this! Eman Calo, please! No! Hindi natapos.
Woo! That could have been something that you just see on commercials. Jeez!
Grabe yun! Sayang. Tingnan nyo naman ang pasa na yan! Eman Calo. Buti na lang doon si Jun Manzo.
My goodness, Alex Cabagnot still capable of putting on the highlight plays indeed.
64-73. Bienes now with Comboy. Comboy in the middle looking for a teammate. Nahanap na si Bienes. 4 seconds in the shot clock. Basilan's defense clamping down on Mindoro. Eman Calo with the rebound, and it's on to Raymar Caduyak.
They've done a good job of shutting down all the other options and forcing the guy with the basketball to take the shot for himself in late shot clock situations.
Cabagnot to Jerby Cruz. Cruz misses the 3, but he gets his own miss, and he puts it back in.
Again, second chance opportunity. This time it's Jervy Cruz following up his own miss. That should be basic. When the guy takes the shot, automatic, there's somebody that should put a body on him right away. Because
Comboy with a 3.
the guy with the basket who just shot the basketball knows best kung saan mahuhulog yung bola.
Bilis ng balik dito for Mindoro after that 3 from Comboy. Cabagnot again. The crunch man, layup, won't go, rebound. Gamalinda, Manzo, quickly to Bienes, nice fake. And Bienes with the finish.
Nifty fake right there by Ray Bienes, but also great pass in traffic there by June Manzo, locating Ray Bienes.
It's a 6-point lead for Basilan, the star horse. Calo off, leg layup. 9 points in the game. Comboy drives baseline. A foul on Adi Santos. This is the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Pahinga muna si Alex Cabagnot and Adi Santos.
I expect this to maybe just be a couple of minutes of rest on the bench for both Santos and Cabagnot.
Manzo. Now with Tibayan. He gets in position underneath and he sticks it in.
Cruz trying to pull the chair underneath Jonas Tibayan, but Tibayan remaining strong with the rock, able to get that hook shot to drop.
Enzo Hoson. Bigay kay Calo. The pass.
Oh!
Tempra misses the gimme. Manzo. Sedorifa. Open. No good on the three. Rebound Kaduyak.
That could have been big. I'm telling you, Mindoro, had it not been for those misses by Basilan from up close, those number of point-blank misses, this lead would have been much bigger.
Calo could not convert from beyond the arc. A foul given up by Raymar Kaduyak para makabalik sa laro. Si Jimboy Pastoran and the Cabagnot.
Not even 2 minutes on the bench, just a minute.
Well, kailangan yung composure and experience ni Cabagnot doon sa loob. 6 na puntos ang lamang ng Basilan. Mindoro ang may tangan ng bola. Here comes Manzo. Quick spin. Nandun si Pastoran. Gets deep in position. Manzo could not get the roll. Rebound Cabagnot. That's number 8. Para dito kay Alex Cabagnot to go with the 16 points and 9 assists. Enzo Hoson up against Ino Comboy. Tempra riding the ball screen. Hoson out to Alex, the crunch man. Misses the 3. Tibayan with the rebound now with Comboy. That was an open shot there, Javi.
And that would have been the backbreaker.
Vienes drives right at Tempra. The push shot. A foul on Tempra. I tell you, ang ganda ng control ng laro ni Vienes in this game. Huh?
I agree. And also, particularly on that play, that's something I'm sure nanlaki yung mata niya when he got that basketball because he saw that it was James Tempra coming at him. Alam mo naman na itong dalawang former Tamaraws na to. I'm sure they've battled a lot in practice before.
Vienes at the line.
Oh!
This.
It's not a good time to be missing your free throws if you're Mindoro. They managed to go above 78% prior to that. Oh!
0 for 2.
Pretty uncharacteristic for Ray Bienes.
With just 3 minutes left here in this ball game. Pastoran goes to Hoson. Cruz with the pick. Hoson lost it. Is it off? Ano kaya ang signal dito? Bola ng Mindoro. Is it Mindoro ball? Okay, so it's Basilan ball. And Mindoro, Coach Benji Todoro, asking for a challenge. And we will be right back for the result of this challenge.
Challenge made by Mindoro Tamaraws is successful.
It's a successful challenge for Mindoro. The last touch ni Enzo Hoson, that came off his foot. Avi.
Nice call by Coach Benji. That was a crucial, this is going to be a crucial possession para sa kanila. With 2:51 to go, must score on this trip. Ito Mindoro Tamaraws. And they can't afford to let this lead grow further. I think our referee is still trying to talk about something here on the sign. Not sure what though.
Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes, Head of Operations Emer Oreta. And Head of Security Rudy Distrito, that's Mayor Ina. Coach Benji there, some discussion. Ano kaya itong pinag-uusapan nila?
I also don't have any idea.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was already clear that the call was final. So the discussion continues here on the sign. I'm not sure what. Still, a referee, one of our officials having a conversation with technical head George Magsino.
I think there's an issue with on replacing referees, Abby, on a referee substitution.
Yeah, because that's something that they can ask for, especially right now. This is a very crucial moment para sa kanila.
But this is taking too much time, though.
I agree.
This is taking too much time.
And now, Kenneth has to step in.
We'll be right back. Six-point game. Mindoro naghahabol dito at naagaw ni Enzo Hoso ng bola para sa Basilan. 2.5 minutes to play. They get it across the Star Horse. Now, Alex Cabagnot has the ball. Inabantayan ni Sidorifa. Cabagnot to Hoson. Pastoran. Back out to Cabagnot. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Cabagnot fires. No! Sidorifa grabs the rebound. Manzo back to Sidorifa. Gamalinda pulls the trigger. It's good. It's down to 3. It's down to 3, Javi.
He wanted it. He was trailing the play. He absolutely wanted to take that shot. Ito si Bam Gamalinda. Sidorifa had an opportunity, but there was defense right there. He didn't want to take it early in the shot clock, but Gamalinda was decided that he wanted to trim this gap.
Cruz fires, no. Rebound Sidorifa. Mindoro with a chance to tie.
That was an early shot para sa Basilan. I feel like they should have taken more time off the shot clock.
Manzo out to Gamalinda. Another 3. That won't go. Tibayan could not save that basketball.
Well defended there. That shot by Gamalinda. I feel like Manzo had more of a lane going to the basket rather than making that pass.
3-point game, Eman Calo. Calo, Jervy, down low, Adi Santos for 2. That's a 5-point cushion now for Basilan. And just the way they were able to execute here. Such an important time para sa kanila. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Numerous times, Mindoro has got lost in the shuffle on these exchanges by Basilan, and Adi Santos has always been at the end point of those plays. 5-point lead, Basilan Star Horse.
That's our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. We are back here at the Pasay Astrodome. Hey. Javi,
Date night
that's my wish for you, my friend.
Dadating din tayo dyan.
Hindi naman. Ba't naman ganun yung next shot?
Grabe naman yung transition
yung ano ko, yung gusto ko lang may kasama ko dito. And then yung next shot, ba't ganon, direct? Grabe ka naman.
May pressure bigla.
70 seconds remaining. Cedorifa against Cabagnot gets it to Manzo. Manzo lost it. He recovers. Cedorifa is fouled by Alex Cabagnot. Wala pa sa penalty ang Basilan. That's the fourth team foul of the Star Horse. Third foul on Alex Cabagnot. 14 on the shot clock, 59 on the game clock. Cedorifa fires a three. No. Manzo able to get that ball from Kaduyak on the rebound. Ino Comboy for three. No. Tibayan is fouled. 2 free throws coming up para kay Tempra.
No, he's been working hard on the offensive glass. Ito si Jonas Tibayan. I didn't even notice that he already had 10 points in this game. But he draws the 5th foul on James Tempra. Let's see here. Got position underneath on that right side. He really went up for that. Una-muna, he made sure to initiate contact. When he made that contact, went up for it, he knew that uunahan niya si James dun sa offensive rebound and put back.
11 points and 4 rebounds for Tibayan. He misses the second. Cruz secures the rebound. 4-point lead, Basilan. Kaduyak all the way. A foul on Tibayan. He will send Kaduyak to the line.
We got to take a look at that again. I'm not quite sure what really happened there. I thought it was a clean swipe.
And there's a challenge as well.
See here, Kaduyak drives. He gets a step on Tibayan and Manzo.
Ooh.
It looks like a clean swipe, Sidel.
And looks like it's last touch on Kaduyak.
Yeah. Hindi lang maganda yung naging landing niya eh.
Oo.
At I don't think there was a foul. It should be Mindoro ball.
It should be. There's a challenge. And what a time for Coach Benji to challenge this one. A crucial call. Instead of 2 free throws, it could be Mindoro ball. Babalik kami.
The challenge made by Mindoro is unsuccessful. Foul on Jonas Tibayan. Jonas Tibayan.
And Tibayan fouls out.
Wow, interesting.
Saan na... Well, okay.
Yeah, there was contact on the arm. But I did not think that at this point of the game, you would call something as marginal as that.
Kaduyak at the line. Basilan 14 of 18 tonight. And what a time para kay Raymar Kaduyak.
He does this in his sleep.
And you know what, Javi? Regardless of what happened there, that was a heads-up play.
Oh yeah,
Yung pag-atake niya, naiwan si Jun Manzo.
correct.
Now it's a 6-point game. Cowboy, he fires a 3. No. Kabagnot with a rebound. That's rebound number 9 for the Crunchman. It's on to Eman Calo.
Now they definitely have to foul.
Kabagnot. All-around performance for the Crunchman. Atakin niya yung depensa. Labas kay Kaduyak. A 3 on the way! Raymar Kaduyak punctuating this victory of Basilan, and Andrews will throw it down.
Oh, what a way to finish this game for the Basilan Star Horse. For two of their elite point guards to leave their imprints on the end game. Just remarkable.
This is the Assister Game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. And we sort of established this narrative in this ball game that Alex Cabagnot, the game is, medyo nagiging komportable na siya dito. And one reason why is that Raymar Kaduyak, yung laro niya, umangat talaga dito.
Correct. Raymar Kaduyak was scoreless before the end game. Scored 5 straight points to seal the deal para sa Basilan. But this guy was brilliant for them all game long. The Crunchman, Alex Cabagnot, double-double, 16 points, 10 rebounds, near triple-double actually. He had 9 rebounds.
He has 1 rebound shy. His best player of the game, brought to you by 1xBet. Title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. The Basilan Star Horse with their 3rd straight win, 84-77 over the Mindoro Tamaraos, whose 2-game winning streak also comes to an end. Let's go to Sydney Crespo.
Thanks, Adel Tavi. Alex, congratulations and welcome to the Best Player interview here in the MPBL. There were a lot of almost in the past where it could be you or another teammate. And so this is your first time. What is it about this game that ignited that fire?
No, first of all, thank you to all the MPBL fans that came out today. Siyempre naman, they had a lot of things. Thank you for coming to support MPBL. And we just wanted to win our 3rd game in a row. So, yeah, yun lang. Actually, ayun lang iniisip ko talaga.
Exactly, 3-game winning streak, the longest one for you guys on the winning column. What changed for you guys that helped turn things around? Dahil tulad nga ng sinabi ni Sadelf, parang mas gumagaan na sa yung laro because maybe of your teammates.
Maganda yung competition dito sa MPBL, and the players are doing their best, and it's a long season, so it's a very grueling season, so it's a... Sana we just continue, di ba? Sana we could continue collectively as a group.
Alex, anyone you want to say thanks to?
To all the Basilan fans, to all the MPBL fans as well also. Maraming salamat, and see you guys next week.
Thank you so much and congratulations once again. It's very nice to finally have you here. Alex Cabagnot is our best player of the game, brought to us by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Sid. And congratulations kay Alex Cabagnot, leading Basilan to their 3rd straight win. Meanwhile, our main game, Pasay Voyagers taking on the Bataan Risers dito sa Pasay Astrodome. We will be right back for that one. Dito lang sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino, ito ang MPBL.